Yo, 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 what's going on, yo? It's DFJ Hoops here. We're gonna react and break down every single move that the 76ers have made so far in free agency 2024. That's what we're gonna talk about today. Uh Hit the like button as soon as you come in, man. Hit the like button. I haven't done a live in a long time. There's something going on, but it's been taken care of. So as soon as you come in, just please make sure you hit the like button for me. I would really appreciate that. And shout out to my guy Tuning Sports, bro, who always shows support to my channel. I appreciate you, bro. He says, I told you Daryl Morey would pay. And he says Daryl Morey is still a liar. Yeah, bro, you bro, we all knew this was gonna happen. I knew this was gonna happen, but I just didn't want to believe it. I mean, we know Daryl Moore's track record. Like, bro, he always trades or signs star players. So I always had at the back of my head that if the Clippers did not sign him, it was a huge possibility that the Sixers could pick him up, and it just happened like that. So let me just give a few thoughts on free agency 2024. I think so far the Eastern Conference is just getting better. The teams in the Eastern Conference are making moves and they're getting better. Teams fired their head coaches, the Cleveland Cavaliers. My guy Tuna Sports, who covers the Cleveland Cavaliers, y'all can go sub to his channel. They fired their head coach JB Bickerstaff and they brought in Kenny Atkinson, which in my opinion, I think it's just. I mean, they're on the same level. It's not really getting better, but the Knicks made moves. They signed OG Anunoby to a 5-year, 212 deal, and they traded for Mikal Bridges as well. So they got better. Boston retained their players. I just saw they signed Derek White to they signed him to 126 for 3 years, something like that. So teams are getting better in the Eastern Conference. And the 76ers, on the other hand, they've made a couple moves so far in free agency. And the Orlando Magic, who my guy Tuna Sports knows very much, the Cleveland Cavaliers played them in the first round in the playoffs. They took them 7 games, and they're trying to get better too. They signed KCP to a 3-year deal, and he uh, left the Nuggets, so he's going to be joining the Orlando Magic in free agency. So teams in the Eastern Conference are getting better, but the Western Conference not so much. The only team in the Western Conference that has gotten better is the OKC Thunder. They traded away Josh Giddey and they got back Alex Caruso, and they signed Isaiah Hartenstein in free agency for to a 3-year deal, I think. So they're the only team in the Western Conference that has gotten better. But the Lakers are yet to make moves. The Clippers also made moves, but the moves they made are not really uh the moves they made don't really put them as championship contenders, in my opinion. They lost Paul George in free agency. They signed Kevin Porter Jr., who hasn't played in the NBA in a long time, and they signed Derrick Jones Jr., who's from the Philly area. Shout out to Derrick Jones Jr. He's from Chester. Shout out to him. Tuna Sports says Clippers took a L. You're absolutely right. They definitely took a L. Kenny Atkinson will turn Evan Mobley into an all-star. You Sixers don't scare me. I mean, we'll see about that, bro. We'll definitely see about that. But yeah. So teams in the Western Conference are not really getting better. But I just got a notification that says Klay Thompson will be joining the Dallas Mavericks through a sign and trade deal. So Dallas is going to send Josh Green to Charlotte in order to make room to sign Klay Thompson. So I mean, Dallas, okay, they're making moves. I think they signed Najee Marshall as well. So they're also trying to get better. They're in the NBA Finals, so they're just trying to get better. I mean, they lost Derrick Jones Jr. in free agency, so they're looking to get better. So shout out to the Dallas Mavericks. Shout out to the Thunder. I'm still waiting for Denver. I'm still waiting for the Lakers, and I'm waiting for other teams to get better. I mean, Golden State. I'm waiting for them. The Sacramento Kings. I'm still waiting on all these teams, even the New Orleans Pelicans. Now they did trade for DeJounte Murray, so that's an upgrade. But um, yeah, that's it for the other teams. But back to the 76ers. Um, Daryl Morey's legacy was on the line, and he stepped up. his legacy was on the line, and he absolutely stepped up. I think he's definitely heard the noise that Sixer fans are making, and Sixer fans demanding him to make this team better, and he absolutely stepped up. Now, do I think these moves put the Sixers as championship favorites? I don't think so. I mean, not yet, because we're not done making moves yet. So I think the Sixers are going to make more moves. But currently, I'm okay with the moves he's made so far. Um, like my guy in the comment section said, Tuna Sports. I mean, he knew we were definitely going to get Paul George, which I mean, everybody else knew that. I knew that, but I just didn't want to accept it because just a couple things that I would really go into. But um, they signed Eric Gordon to a veterans minimum contract, so I think it's a 1 year deal. Like the same contract that we gave Patrick Beverly last season. So, me personally, I don't really have an issue with it because you're gonna have to sign guys to a veterans minimum anyway. So, if you give Eric Gordon a vet minimum contract, I mean, he still has a few good years left in the tank. He's a sharpshooter. One thing I don't like about his game is he likes to shoot a lot of deep threes. That's the only thing I don't like about his game. But his ability to get to the rim, his ability to stretch the floor, his ability to play defense. I mean, he's not a lockdown defender, but for his size and at the age that he is at right now, I think he's about what 35 or 36 years old. His ability to play defense, I definitely like what he adds to the 76ers, what he brings to the 76ers. And I think with this signing, the Sixers might lose DeAnthony Melton. And that would really piss me off because I've said this multiple times. I'll say it again. DeAnthony Melton is my favorite Sixer player on this team. And I like everything that DeAnthony Melton brings to this team. But with this signing right here, I think DeAnthony Melton might walk in free agency, which um I'll be sad, but getting this player right here, Eric Gordon, I'm not really mad at it. Um Eric Gordon gets to, reunite with Daryl Morey again and Paul George, because keep in mind he played with Paul 2 years ago on the Clippers. They were on the same team, and unfortunately, Paul George went down and he didn't play in the playoffs. And yeah, he went down. He went down with the injury, and he didn't play in the playoffs. But yeah, so Eric Gordon will be reuniting with Paul George and his his former general manager Daryl Morey. So shout out to Eric Gordon, man. Appreciate you for coming over here. Welcome to Philly, bro. We gonna take you to the best cheesesteak spots out here in town. Geno's, Pat's, whatever, whatever you want, bro. We gonna definitely take care of you while you're here, bro. Tuna Sports says I was talking to Thomas. He's happy about the Clippers moves. Yeah, I talked. Yeah, I was. Yeah, he told me. I mean, Thomas is really interested in defense. So any moves that brings defenders, that's what he likes. I mean, Derrick Jones Jr. is a good defender. So he likes that move. He likes the Kevin Porter Jr. move as well. And I mean, the Clippers are not done making moves yet, so we'll have to see. But as of currently, the Clippers are not championship contenders. Like let's just throw that out the window. They're not championship contenders. Yeah, yeah. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Yeah, get humble up in here, bro. Celtics, 76ers, and the Knicks are the top three teams in the Eastern Conference. I absolutely agree with it, but I disagree with the order that you put them in. I would say 76ers, Celtics, and Knicks. Now I get I get that, you want to give the Celtics all the praise in the world. I mean, they won the NBA championship. So no disrespect to them. They're the defending champions, the reigning Eastern Conference champion. So yeah, you definitely want to give them their props. But uh yeah, I'll put the 76ers over the Celtics. um Another move that the Sixers made last night or yesterday was the signing of Kelly Oubre. Now, Kelly Oubre was signed to a mid-level exception. I think it was a $16 million contract, something like that. And the second year is a 2 year, $60 million, and the second year is a player option. So that tells me that Kelly Oubre is betting on himself again. because he really believes he can get a bigger deal signing this mid-level exception right here. Now, Kelly Oubre definitely earned his contract. He played to the best of his abilities last season, stepping up being the third option on certain nights. In the playoffs, we could make an argument that Kelly Oubre was the third option for the 76ers. I mean, scoring wise and on defense, he was playing probably the best defense he's ever played in his career on Jalen Brunson. Now, Brunson definitely broke loose, but Kelly Oubre did a solid job on him in game one and game two, holding him to about 29% shooting from the field. That was terrible for a player of Jalen Brunson's caliber. But um, to what Kelly Oubre adds to this team, I definitely like it. He never cheats the game. He plays with maximum effort. Both sides of the floor. He plays hard every single time. He doesn't really cheat the game. He doesn't really sit out a lot of games. So I'm glad the Sixers brought him back and on a team friendly deal as well. I mean, he's not really going to hurt the cap in no way, shape, or form. So I definitely like the Kelly Oubre signing. He's betting on himself again. So hopefully he thinks he could play and earn a bigger contract maybe next year because I don't think he's going to opt into that second year. I think he would definitely opt out and try to get a better deal, probably elsewhere. Not with the 76ers. I don't think so. So I love Kelly Oubre coming back. Appreciate you, Daryl Morey, for re-signing Kelly Oubre to a mid-level exception. He absolutely earned every penny on that contract. And with Kelly Oubre on this team, I'm kind of surprised. I mean, not surprised, but I'm just intrigued on how him and Paul George are going to peacefully coexist on this team because in previous years, Kelly Oubre and Paul George were going at it. I remember back when he was with the Washington Wizards and Paul was with the Thunder. There was this play. It's even on Instagram where Paul George was like he was doing some street ball moves and trying to get by Kelly Oubre, and he fouled him, and it was like a kind of like a not a push and shove match, but it's kind of like you can't be doing this, like And then when Kelly Oubre was on the Phoenix Suns and Paul George was with the Clippers, they traded dunks and they were going back and forth. And those moments right there, those are funny moments. And every time I see those moments, every time I see those clips, I always laugh because now these two guys are teammates and they're going to be teammates for at least 2 years. And I'm just interested to see how they're going to peacefully coexist on this team. Now I know once you get on the same team, I mean, you put the past behind you and you look forward to the future. So huge shout out to Kelly Oubre for coming back. I appreciate what he did for the team and for the city in general, not just for the team but for the city as well. He's a fan favorite in Philly. The kids love him. The girls love him, obviously. So yeah, appreciate Kelly Oubre for I appreciate Kelly Oubre for re-signing with the Sixers and putting winning first. And you can tell he definitely wants to win a championship. He's in year 10, came in the league in 2015. He was in the same draft as Devin Booker, Karl Anthony Towns, and D'Angelo Russell. So I think this was definitely a good move for the Sixers. I'll give this move a B, and I'll give the Eric Gordon signing a B as well. I don't really give A's that often, A pluses. I don't really give it often. So I hold guys to high standards. So if I'm giving Kelly Oubre a B, the signing of Kelly Oubre a B or a B plus, that shows you that I really, I hold these guys to high standards. So shout out to Kelly Oubre. Hopefully he has a similar season next year a similar season next year or even better than what he had last year. So the Sixers could be successful in trying to achieve their goals. Yeah, yeah. As soon as you come in, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Smash that like button for me, yo. Appreciate it. Let me go to the next move, and that next move is former backup center for the Philadelphia 76ers, Andre Drummond. Now, I gave him the name Drummond because of his rebounding abilities. Now, I'm not saying he's on Will Chamberlain's level. I'll never say that. But in terms of rebounding, he's probably he's probably a tier or two tiers beneath Will Chamberlain, in my opinion. I think Wilt is the greatest rebounder of all time. I'll definitely argue with anybody on that. But I absolutely like the signing of Andre Drummond. And when Drummond was with the Sixers back in 2021, was it 20? Nah, back in 2022, he was probably the best backup center that the Sixers had in recent years, right? I loved everything that he brought to the 76ers, his toughness, his rebounding effort, his tenacity on both sides of the floor. Now, obviously, he's not a good free throw shooter, right? I mean, he not a good free throw shooter. I mean, he's shooting like 59, 60% for the free throw line. That's atrocious. But I mean, let's face it, throughout NBA history, how many big men do you know that shoots like 80% from the free throw line? It's only one guy, and it's this man right here to your left, Joel Hans Embiid. He's the greatest free throw shooting big man of all time, and I'll argue anybody on that. Now I know somebody's gonna say Dirk Nowitzki, he's 7 foot, but Dirk Nowitzki was not a center; he was a power forward. So stop it. Embiid is the greatest free throw shooting center of all time. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was a what? He was like a 70% free throw shooter. Will Chamberlain was trash. Bill Russell was trash. Shaq obviously was trash, right? So there hasn't really been a lot of great free throw shooting big men. So Andre Drummond being terrible at the free throw line, that's probably the only negative about his game, in my opinion. I mean, when you get into the meat and potatoes of the game and it's the fourth quarter and he's on the floor and it's a tight game and teams are trying to win the game, they're definitely going to go to a hacker Drummond. That's that's definitely is going to be seen. So Sixer fans should expect that, but the Sixers are not going to get killed on the boards again because with Andre Drummond there, you're not going to get killed on the boards. So that will happen to us against the Knicks in the first round in games two and game one and game two. That's not going to happen with Andre Drummond on the floor. That's not going to happen with Drummond on the floor because it's very, very difficult to out rebound a team that has Andre Drummond on it. Because Andre Drummond, let's face it, in my opinion, I think he's one of the best rebounders of his generation. Let's not let's keep it funky. He's one of the best rebounders of his generation, and Andre Drummond was on his way to do something that only Wilt Chamberlain in his career did, which was join the 20,000 point club and the 20,000 rebound club. When Andre Drummond was a starter on the Detroit Pistons, he was that dude. He was that dude, but now he's a role player. But the rebounding, his effort on rebounds, that's still there. He's definitely he's a great rebounder. But offensively, he's not. That's where that's where what you call it. That's where the problem is. But I mean, he can get offensive rebounds. He can clean up everybody's mess at the rim offensively, and get a lot of putback dunks. He could even be a lob threat, but the free throw shooting, that's my only that's my only issue that I have with the signing, and because of that, I'm giving this signing a B. A B minus. Like I said, I don't really give A's that much. So if I give an A, that means that I'm really impressed with something or a move that the front office made. Tuning Sports says talk about I will. I'm gonna definitely react to the 2024 NBA draft as well, but later at the end. So yeah, appreciate you for even saying that. Jared McCann and Kelly Oubre are gonna be the. Listen, I know what you're trying to do right there, so I'm not even gonna fall for that, bro. I'm not gonna fall for it. Andre Jabbar Drummond, yeah, he's a good rebounder, bro. He's a good rebounder. The Andre, damn, bro, I can't give praise anymore, bro. Come on, man. Come on. I can't praise a player. Damn. I mean, he's a great rebound. I mean, you wish Jared Allen was the rebounder that he is, but in reality, he's not. And I mean, let's be real, bro. Andre Drummond at his best is better than Jared Allen at his best. But I know you not gonna want to have that conversation. But yeah, Andre Drummond, come on, bro. Man was averaging 14, 15, 16 rebounds a game, bro. Cut it out, bro. Yeah, but I'm definitely excited about this backup center position because the Sixers, let's face it, we always get killed on the rebounds. We always get killed in the paint, get killed on the boards. Like interior presence, every time Embiid is not on the floor, the Sixers get dominated. We saw it throughout that 2 month stretch where Embiid was hurt, and we had to run Mo Bamba and B-ball Paul at the five position, and they were both getting dominated on the boards. And I mean, it's not their fault, but because they're not good interior presence players. I mean, Embiid, Drummond, like these guys are like they can patrol the paint. You cannot depend on Paul Reed to patrol the paint because that's not what he does. That's not his game. Like he's not that. And Paul Reed with the signing right here, I don't know what his future is with the Sixers. Um, they could waive him, which I don't want to see that happen because I really respect B-ball Paul. I like his game, but I just think that he's at this point he's just playing out of position with the Sixers. I just think that the Sixers need to play him at the four as a backup four man because he's not big enough pause to be a center. He's not like he doesn't have that it factor to be a backup center. That's not him. It's only a few guys that could be 6'8", 6'9", playing a center position, and that's Bam and just a few other players. But B-ball Paul doesn't really have that. He doesn't really have that mindset. He doesn't have the mindset of a Bam Adebayo. He doesn't have the mindset of a. I mean, who? What other 6'9" center is there? I mean, even a Tristan Thompson. Like B-ball Paul does not have that mentality, and you could really tell that impacts his game. And to that point, I just think that the Sixers need to play him at the power forward position. But I mean, as of right now, I don't know because they could waive him or they could trade him. They could add a pick or two or add another asset to it and then trade for another player for depth. I mean, not death, but depth for depth purposes. So I just don't know. But me personally, if you can trade him and get a quality rotation player, me personally, I'm making that move. I'm definitely making that move. Um I was really high on B-ball Paul last season, and every Sixer fan was, and we were all getting angry when it looked like they weren't trying to sign him. But after he signed that offer sheet with the Utah Jazz, the Sixers matched it. They brought him back, but the growth I expected him to take, he didn't really get there. He was kind of like the same player that he was the season prior, and because of that, we didn't get to see his full potential with the Sixers. Now, I blame the Sixers to a certain degree because I believe if we had a point guard, like not a scoring point guard, but a facilitating point guard who not only looks for his shot, but looks to set up his teammates, I think we probably could have got the best out of B-ball Paul because when we saw B-ball Paul at his best, it was with James Harden. And James Harden, we all know he looks to set up the big man. He looks to, run the pick and rolls, throw them lobs, throw them alley oops. And that's what Harden does. And in my opinion, I think running Maxey at the point, Maxey's not a facilitating point guard. Maxey's a scoring point guard. He's looking to score more than he's looking to, make a play for his teammate. Now, I'm not saying Maxey's selfish, but that's just how he plays. Like he's a scoring guard. So I just think that hurt B-ball Paul to a certain degree. And on top of that, he's not really a great rebounder. So um, should the Sixers bring him back? I just don't know. Me personally, if there's a chance that you can trade him for a rotation player, I'll definitely make that move. I'm not gonna think twice. I'm gonna just make that move real quick. Tuna Sports says we got rid of Drummond for Allen. Stop it, bro. Overhyping, bro. I'm not overhyping him. I'm just saying that Andre Drummond at his best was better than Jared Allen at his best. Jared Allen never averaged 16 rebounds a game, bro. Cut it out. Cut it out. Now, Jared Allen did have a good year this past season, right? He was doing this thing rebounding. I think he was probably top 10 in rebounding. But I mean, he's a 7-footer, so obviously he got to get rebounds. So I'm not saying that Andre Drummond right now is better than Jared Allen. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is Andre Drummond at his best was better than Jared Allen at his best. And I'm standing on it. I mean, I never saw Jared Allen average 16 rebounds a game, bro. I never saw it. Now, can he get you 16 rebounds in a game? Yeah, he can. But not for an entire season. No, he's not doing that. So, because of that, I mean, I'm definitely putting Andre Drummond over Jared Allen. I mean, not right now again, because you're not gonna get me to say that. At their best, Andre Drummond had better seasons than Jared Allen. I mean, Andre Drummond at his best was averaging 17 points and 15 rebounds. I mean, Jared Allen's not giving you that type of production. He'll give you a solid 16 and 10, 16 and 11, but come on, bro. Let's not cap, bro. I'm not trying to overhype Andre Drummond, but let's not. I mean, yeah. So Jared Allen, 16 points at his best, 11 rebounds. If I'm rounding up. So okay, yeah. But yeah, I definitely at their best, I would definitely say Andre Drummond. So, I'm definitely giving this. I'm giving this move, a C. I mean a. I'm giving this move a B because the Sixers were in need of a backup center for a long time, and I'm glad that we were able to sign Andre Drummond to a 2-year deal. I think it was 10 million, something like that. I could be no, it was 10 million. Yeah, it was 10 million. I want to make sure I got my facts straight. It was 10 million. It wasn't that much. So I'm glad we got back Drummond. Hopefully we don't trade him away again like we did the first time to kind of like the first time we traded him for James Harden. He was in that deal. Him, Ben Simmons, and Seth Curry for James Harden and Paul Millsap. I mean, who won that trade? I don't know. At this point, I don't even know who won the trade. But yeah, I'm definitely excited that we got back a solid backup center. So shout out to Andre Drummond. Um, can't wait to get this next season started. Now, the next move, I want to skip this one, but Tyrese Maxey, they gave him his contract, 204 over the next 5 years. It's a max contract, which he absolutely deserved it. Now, some Sixer fans were saying that he deserved more, but I mean, if you don't understand how the salary cap works, uh, you'll just say anything. Now, Maxey missed out on the All NBA teams. That's why he couldn't get more. Based on what he did, making the All Star team, winning Most Improved, averaging 20 almost 26 points per game. That landed him a $200 million plus. But if he wanted to exceed, 250 or get to the 260 mark, like Anthony Edwards or Tyrese Halliburton, he was supposed to make the All NBA team, which he didn't make the All NBA team. So he didn't qualify for that. He lost, I think, 35 or 40 million in that process. So that's why he didn't make upwards of that. But 204, 205, I absolutely love it. There's definitely going to be incentives on that. So if he can make the All Star team again, there's probably some bonuses. There'll probably be some bonuses on that contract. If he's able to play a certain amount of games, there's definitely going to be some incentives on that contract. So yeah, Tuna Sports says I never thought I'd see the day Maxi value be higher than Darius Guard. I mean, bro, you got guys, you got Cleveland Nation, I mean, Cavs Nation saying that Darius Garland is washed at 24. So, I mean, I don't know, bro. I don't know, but Yeah, I mean, Maxey at this point, Maxey's better than Garland. I mean, I don't think anybody's gonna argue that. He's better than him. Average more points, more rebounds, more. I mean, nah, less assists than Darius Garland. But Darius Garland, I think because of Mitchell, he kind of like took a step back. And I think if Mitchell leaves or if he leaves, we'll probably see the old Darius Garland. But I mean, you got Cavs Nation saying that he's washed at 24. So I don't know, bro. But yeah, Maxey absolutely deserved his contract. 5 years, he's locked in, and he's the next in line after Embiid. Once Embiid takes that step back, which I think Embiid has a year or two at this level. After that, I think it's going to be Maxey's team, and Maxey's going to be able to, be the best player on this team and take this team to better heights, even than Allen Iverson. Now, I'm not saying he's better than Allen Iverson, but I believe he can definitely take this team over the hump. Yes, I'm saying that. Now, this is the main event of the show. This will be the main event of the show. Now, I was able to talk about the other moves that the Sixers were able to make throughout the course of last night, from last night to this morning. Signing Eric Gordon, signing Kelly Oubre to a 2-year deal, signing Andre Drummond, re-upping on Maxey's Maxey was a free agent as well, so re-signing Maxey to a 5-year deal. I talked about everything, and I think Daryl Morey has done a solid job so far, and I don't think the Sixers are done making moves. The Sixers are definitely going to make more moves in the very near future, so I'm looking forward to that. But having said all of that, the biggest move of free agency so far was the Sixers signing 9-time All-Star, veteran small forward Paul George. Now, like my guy said, Tuna Sports, he said at the beginning of the show, I told you Daryl Morey would pay. And he also said that Daryl Morey is still a liar, which he still is. But I mean, at this point, I think Paul George also has stories about Lawrence Frank. Patrick Beverley has stories about Lawrence Frank. Blake Griffin has stories about Lawrence Frank. So I mean, we can go down the line, but I mean, they're all liars. So let's get that out the way. But the Sixers signing veteran wing player Paul George to a 4-year deal, $212 million contract. Where does this move put the 76ers in the Eastern Conference? Now, according to my guy, Tuna Sports, he said this move, not just this move, but what the Sixers have done so far in free agency, he said the Sixers are one of the top 3 teams in the Eastern Conference, which we both agree on that. He said Eric Gordon is, come on, bro. But I tell you what, nah, I'm not. I ain't even gonna say it, bro. I ain't even gonna say it, bro. He said lies. LeBron will be the biggest move when he signs back with the Lakers. I mean, he hasn't signed yet. That's what I'm saying so far. He hasn't signed yet. That's what I'm saying so far. But I don't. And bro, LeBron is not gonna get a 200. Come on, bro, cut it out. He's not getting that. He's gonna sign a 3-year, at least. I mean, at the most, 150 or 160. That's the most he's gonna sign. He's not getting 200 plus. So cut it out, bro. But the Sixers signed veteran player Paul George. Now, I did a video 3 months ago, and I gave reasons why the Sixers should not sign Paul George. And I believe I gave legitimate reasons. I believe I gave some legitimate reasons why the Sixers should not sign Paul George, because Paul George was getting older. His injuries were piling up. And let's be honest, when he gets in the playoffs, his production completely plummets in the playoffs. Now, I'm not lying. Let's pull up Paul George's stats from the regular season last year, and let's compare it to the playoffs. So Paul George, in the 2023-2024 season, He averaged 22 points, or let me round up and say 22.6 points. And yeah, um, just a side note, I did say that with the Sixers signing Eric Gordon, they're definitely going to lose DeAnthony Melton in free agency, which they just did. The Golden State Warriors have signed DeAnthony Melton to a 1-year deal after losing Klay Thompson. Now, I'm definitely pissed off. I'm definitely pissed off because DeAnthony Melton was one of my favorite players on the Sixer team. And I believe he was a tier beneath Bruce Brown. I thought everything Bruce Brown did, DeAnthony Melton could definitely bring that production to the Sixers. And unfortunately, he got hurt with that back issue, so we couldn't really see it fully. He only played like 36 or 37 games last year because of the back injury, but he usually plays 60 plus, 70 plus games. But that back issue really it hurt the Sixers, and we didn't really see what he could do fully if he was fully healthy. So him moving on to the Golden State Warriors, I wish him nothing but the best. I'm gonna definitely watch it with the Golden State Warriors. And he'll definitely at this point, I don't know if he's gonna start for the Warriors, but man, I'm a definitely miss DeAnthony Melton. I'm gonna definitely miss DeAnthony Melton. So good luck on his future endeavors, man. I appreciate everything that he did for the Sixer team. He was a fan favorite over here as well. So yeah, good luck to DeAnthony Melton, man. Good luck to DeAnthony Melton. Uh Shout out to my guy Humble Man 420, bro. I appreciate you for being over here, bro. He says laughing my nah, bro. Bro, I'm not dancing right now, bro. But yeah, let me continue before I got interrupted with the DeAnthony Melton signing with the Golden State Warriors. So Paul George, the 2023-2024 season with the LA Clippers, that's the second option. He averaged 22 points, or let me round up and say 23 points, right? Because it was 22.6. So 23 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and a block. If I'm rounding up, it's not, yeah, I have to round up because let me just give him more credit. So he gave you 23 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and he shot 47% from the field, which is good. I think that's right around league average. So 47% from the field, 41% from the three. Now, this is his career high from the 3-point line. He shot 41% from the 3-point line. So that's his career high from the three in terms of 3-point percentages. And he was attempting 8 threes. So he's shooting a lot of threes and he's super efficient with it. So 41% at the three, and from the free throw line, he was shooting 90%, which is also a career high as well. Let me say 91%. So 23 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Now he got into the playoffs. Now listen to this right here. 20 points against the Dallas Mavericks and the Clippers. I mean, the Clippers were not favored, but I expected Paul George to dominate in that series, but he came up small against the Dallas Mavericks, averaging 19.5 points. Let me round up and say 20 points, 6.8 rebounds. Okay, he averaged 7 rebounds. His rebound and average went up, and his assist total went up as well. He gave you 4.8 assists. But let's look at his shooting splits. So he went from 47% from the regular season, and then in the playoffs, he shot 41% from the field. So that's a huge drop off from 47% to 41. That's a huge drop off. So 41% from the field, 37% from the 3-point line. When he was shooting 41% in the regular season, that 3-point percentage dropped to 36% in the playoffs, and at the free throw line, he was shooting 84%. So we can potentially say that his production completely plummeted in the playoffs. I'm not scared to say that. I'm not scared to say that as a second option. Now, coming to Philly right now, people are saying that he's going to be the third option. He doesn't have to be the second option because the Sixers got Maxey and Joel Embiid. Now, One thing I know about Paul George. Now I've been following Paul since 2013 when he was battling with the Miami Heat. I mean, all those battles. I watched every last one of those games from 2012, 2013, 2014. I saw him and I saw his growth as a player. So what I saw from him and from what I know from him, he's not a player who has an ego. Paul George does not have an ego. Now, yeah, he's definitely gonna want his money. Absolutely. Every player wants their money. So he, you know, didn't want to take that pay cut with the Clippers. The 76ers were willing to offer him 200, 200 plus. So he took it, which every player would do that. So we're not going to say that's an ego thing. That's not an ego thing. But I mean, every player, you do what you got to do to get that bread, bro. I ain't got no issues with that. But as a player who has an ego, Paul George doesn't have an ego. Paul George doesn't. He's not a player who has an ego as to where, oh, I got to take the last shot. I mean, when he was with Indiana, I mean, in 2017 when they faced the Cleveland Cavaliers in the first round, I think Humble, you and Tuna Sports, y'all gonna remember this, where he was saying that in situations like that, I got to get the last shot. I mean, where I think CJ Miles took that last shot or something like that, and he got pissed off at the post game interview. And in game 4, he got that last shot and he bricked it. He shot a brick. So yeah, but I mean, yeah, those are just jokes. But for the most part, Paul George doesn't really have an ego. He's not, he's not a dude who's looking to try to shoot the last shot or trying to take the most shots on the team. Like Paul George, he will settle average at 22 or 23 points in the regular season. Like that's what he does. He'll average his little 20, 22, 23, or 24 points per game in the regular season. So he doesn't really have an ego, but it's the playoffs that people have an issue with. And I can say the same thing too, because in these playoffs, he did not play to his production went down. And as a result, the Clippers lost in the first round. Now, yeah, I understand they didn't have Kawhi Leonard, but I still thought they had a chance to beat the Dallas Mavericks because they, in my opinion, they still had a better team. Now, I'm not saying it was Paul George's fault totally that they lost. No, I'm not saying that, but he contributed to it. He was the reason why they lost that series. And looking at his play in the playoffs, now I'm not saying he's pandemic P or whatever. He wasn't as terrible as he was in the bubble, but your production going down in the playoffs, that matters because that's something that the Sixers really, really need because in my opinion, I think the Sixers upgraded. Now the Sixers lost Tobias Harris, which Tobias gave us some, 5 years in Philly, 5.5 years in Philly. Some good times, some bad times, some ugly times. Had some of his best playoff series in his career against the Washington Wizards, where he averaged 25 points and 10 rebounds. I'll definitely say that. But, he had some of his worst playoff series with the Sixers as well. And it didn't really sit well with the Sixer fans. So I'm glad he signed with another team because the Sixers, it was just a toxic environment for him. So I'm glad he was able to find another home in Detroit. I think Detroit drafted him. Did Detroit or Orlando? No, Orlando one of those teams drafted him, but he played for the Pistons before, so he's definitely used to that team. He's going to be coached by the former Cavalier head coach JB Bickerstaff. So, shout out to Tobias Harris, man. I wish him nothing but the best on his future endeavors, but I think the Sixers definitely upgraded from Tobias Harris. I mean, you got Paul George, who's a Hall of Famer, but this is not the Paul George from 2019. It's not the Paul George from 2018. He's 34 years old. By the playoffs next year, he's going to be 35. Now, if he's going to be the third option, okay, cool, no problem. We've never seen him in a third option role. Now, analyzing Paul George's game, I mean, he's a solid, he's a good, or let me say he's an elite scorer. I mean, if you can average 20 plus, he's averaged 20 plus points for like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, he's averaged 20 plus for 8 straight seasons. So he's an elite scorer. But in the playoffs, that's where all the issue lies. Now, breaking down his game, Paul George is he's a good scorer. Like I said, he can create his own shot in the half court. He can offer you some ball handling responsibilities as well, but you don't want the ball in his hands that much because he could get turnover prone. I've seen him in many situations where he turned the ball over in back to back possessions. So you don't want to he can handle the ball, but you don't want him to handle it too much because he can get he could get turnover prone. Now, he's a good defender for his size. Now, obviously, the injuries and the old age, he's not the athlete that he once was back in Indiana or with OKC. So, the defense, we're not going to get his best defensive seasons. I think those are behind him, but he can definitely give you some level of defense in the half court. He can get you some rebounds as well. He can get you double digit rebounds on any given night. He can be the best player on any given night as well. So, I think having a player with versatility, nobody's gonna talk against that. And that's what Paul George brings you. Versatility, scoring, defense, rebounding, playmaking, like that's everything that he can do. But the offs, the playoffs is where the issue is. And that's where my issue is as well, with him getting older as well. And with the Sixers signing him to a 4-year deal, that means we're going to have to pay him 50 million plus at the age of 39, which I think will be a bad contract in my opinion. So I like the move, but I don't like the move. I like the move because I mean you're getting a versatile player that can do almost everything on the floor. And on top of that, he's my favorite player. So, but I don't like the price that we got him at. That's the only issue that I have. But let me get to these comments because I mean, yeah, dub comment section, man. Yeah. I'm entertained right now. Shout out to Tuna Sports. Shout out to Humble Man 420. Yeah, he said, "What's good, bro? Appreciate you for being here, bro." Yeah, you gotta watch out during the playoffs. I mean, bro, you a Cavs fan. You saw him in the playoffs back in 2017. We both watched it, and I mean, yeah, those. I mean, he got swept. He played to his best, but it wasn't enough. But he's had some of his best playoff years and some of his worst playoff times. So, and at age 35, I just don't know, man. But Joel's the MVP. I think he's got to lead this team. I think he's got to lead this team still. What's your thoughts on that? I mean, yeah, I mean, he's a former MVP. I mean, Nikola Jokic is the reigning MVP right now. But yeah, with Joel Embiid being the best player on this team, I mean, sort of the leader on this team. I mean, Paul George is a veteran, and Paul George has made deep postseason runs than Embiid. So I think Paul George can also be the leader on this team. And on top of that, Paul George is 34, 35 years old, so he can definitely fit into that leader's role. Now, he said it himself. He's not the best player on the team. So, Paul, you've told us you cannot be the best player on a championship team. So, you're not going to be the best player, even though some nights you're going to have to be the best player of the team on some nights. But as a leader, I think George can definitely take on some of the leadership responsibilities. If we still have Kyle Lowry on the team, which I think we're gonna lose him as well. But that's likely to be seen. But yeah, Embiid has to lead this team, and I think Paul George is definitely gonna make things easier for Embiid as well. So like I said, Paul is a versatile player, spacing, rebounding, shooting, passing, everything. But the only thing is the playoff production. I think Philly finally gets over the hump and gets out of the second round and lose in the Eastern Conference Finals to the Celtics, the Knicks, to the Jim Crow Celtics, the Knickerbockers, or the Vassal. Bro, trust me, we're never gonna lose to the Vassaliers, bro. Never. Cleveland, we're not losing to Cleveland, bro. We're not gonna lose to Cleveland. Not to Donovan Mitchell, bro. The last time Donovan Mitchell and this guy faced off in the playoffs, we all know what happened, bro. Yeah, I remember we Yeah, that playoff series, that was crazy because in game three, I was about to say the Sixers. In game three, the Pacers were up by 30, either 31 points or 26 points. And Cleveland, they benched Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving and LeBron with a bunch of role players. They made a comeback. I'm like, sheesh. Yeah, after that game, I was like, yeah, it's over with. It is over with, bro. It is over with. Paul George versus Cavs 4 times a year. Gotta love it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, who knows? He probably beats the Cavs for the first time in his career. DeAnthony Melton signed with the Warriors. Yeah, I said this earlier, bro, and I'm pissed off right now because I mean Melton is one of my favorite players on the Sixers. I tell everybody that. I mean, I love everything that he brings. I thought he was a low budget version of Bruce Brown. I thought like everything that Bruce Brown can do, DeAnthony Melton can also do that, but not to the level of a Bruce Brown because Bruce Brown has been to the finals. I mean, they won a championship. He's been there, done that. But DeAnthony Melton hasn't been there. So I'll definitely give the edge to Bruce Brown. But I just think that everything Bruce Brown can do, DeAnthony Melton could also do. But I mean, we were just unlucky that he was dealing with that back injury, and we couldn't really get to see what that could have looked like if he could play like 70 plus games and also play in the playoffs. I think because of his back injury, that's why my head coach Nick Nurse did not play him in the playoffs. But hopefully we get a decent replacement for him. So good luck to Anthony Melton on his future endeavors. I'm gonna definitely tune in to Golden State Warriors games for sure. Got Tobias Harris out of there. Yeah, I mean we had to because it was getting sad for him. Like he's probably gonna be one of the worst, or let me not say worst, but the most hated, Philly sports figures in history. Him, Bynum, he's definitely in that tier. Whose first season in Philly gonna be better, in your opinion, Harden or Paul George? I mean Harden. Hmm. I mean I don't know because Harden came in mid-season, and when he came in mid-season, I mean that's when Embiid won the scoring title. Embiid was second in MVP voting, and then the next year Embiid won the MVP. So I just don't know, man. And Paul George is not in his prime. I don't want to hear anybody say he's in his prime. He's 34 years old. He's not in his prime. So and Harden was, I think when we got Harden, he was at the tail end of his prime. I don't think Harden is in his prime either, but Harden was at the tail end of his prime. I think this dude's prime ended. I think the Dallas Mavericks that series, that's when his prime ended. I don't think he's in his prime anymore. So I'll definitely say Harden. Yeah. Credit to Ty Lue, the guy. People say, wait, credit to Ty Lue, the guy. People say ain't a real coach. He made that decision. Right. That bro, that's why I keep telling Tom's like, yo, you can't tell me that Ty Lue's not a good coach. Now, yeah, with the Clippers, there's been certain things that's been going on. That's why you haven't really seen his full potential coaching. But like, bro, I seen this dude make like some huge adjustments that led to his team win playoff series. But you know, when you're dealing with people who only deal in narratives, you're not. I mean, come on, bro. Bronny James could be. We're gonna stop it. Stop it. Trust me, I I don't want to get on it, bro. But stop it. But I mean, to be honest, I mean, yeah, I could see that. I could see that, but he's more undersized because he's only 6'1". Now D'Anthony Melton is 6'2", 6'3", and he's undersized. So that shows you Bronny's super undersized. So I just don't know, man. But we'll see. But where was I at? Man, y'all got me confused, man. Y'all got me confused. I forgot where I was. But so Paul George with the Sixers. What is his jersey number gonna be? I don't know. I mean, he's number 13, and 13 is retired in honor of Will Chamberlain. Rest in peace. And his first number was 24. And the Sixers also got 24 retired as well for Bobby Jones. Shout out to Bobby Jones, one of the most underrated six-man players ever in NBA history. I think he was the first player to ever win Sixth Man of the Year, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, shout out to Bobby Jones. But I don't know what his jersey number is gonna look like or what his jersey number is gonna be. I don't know if he's gonna take Harden's jersey, which was number 1. That's definitely open. I don't know if somebody's wearing number 1 currently on the Sixers, but as far as I know 2's retired for Moses Malone. Number 3 is retired for obviously Allen Iverson. Number 4 is retired for Dolph Shays. 5 is available. 5 should be available. 6 is retired for Dr. J. Number 10 is retired for Mo Cheeks. Shout out to Mo Cheeks. Number 13 is retired, obviously, for Will Chamberlain. And number 15 is retired for Hal Greer. And 24, Bobby Jones, obviously. 32, Billy Cunningham. And 34, Charles Barkley. Yeah, I know my Sixers history. But yeah, so 10 jerseys retired. I don't know what his jersey number is going to look like. Maybe number 1. Or he'll probably take 5 or 8. I mean, 8 is available. I saw 8. I mean, DeAnthony Melton was number 8. So he's with the Warriors now. So he could probably wear 8. Which, I mean, yeah. I mean, Paul George, I mean, you're a Kobe guy. So Kobe's other number was 8. So if you were 8, you could make. I mean, you could do what Kobe couldn't do with the Sixers, right? Because we all wanted him with the Sixers, and he couldn't come here. So I mean, you're the Kobe guy. You idolized Kobe your whole life. You wore 24, and things didn't go well for you. I mean, just take the number 8 and call it a day, bro. Just take the jersey number 8, and yeah, let's go to work. 8, 0, and 21. Yeah, it's a new era. It's definitely a new era in Philly. It's definitely a new era in Philly, and I'm waiting to see this. Now, obviously, the Sixers are not done making moves. I think we need a solid shooting guard, a starting shooting guard, and a power forward. Now, I saw the potential lineup, and I saw Maxey, I saw Eric Gordon, Kelly Oubre, Paul George, and Embiid. Yo, whoever put that starting 5 together, bro, you don't know basketball. You don't know basketball, bro. If you play Paul at the 4, he's told us multiple times that he doesn't want to play the 4 with the Clippers. I mean, we heard Tune In Sports. You and I both heard some Clipper fans making excuses for Paul George playing power forward. And when he was with the Pacers, when Larry Bird, shout out to Larry Bird. Larry Bird wanted him to play the 4, and he didn't want to play the 4. So the Sixers cannot play him at the 4. Paul George does not have that mentality. You better play him at the small forward or the shooting guard position, which I think they're going to play him at the small forward position. I think he's a small forward. I mean, I want to see him at the small forward position. That's where he's best at. So the Sixers are not done making moves. They have to make more moves to get a shooting guard and a power forward. Now, currently on the market, I mean, Tyus Jones is still open. Now the Sixers don't have a backup point guard, so if you can bring in Tyus Jones, I would definitely appreciate it. Tyus Jones and Eric Gordon coming off the bench, that's going to be a solid rotation backcourt. Now it's going to be a midget backcourt, yeah, but it's going to be solid because you have scoring, you have facilitating. Like, yo, you have guys that can play make at a high level. You have guys that can shoot at a high level, high clip as well. So I'll definitely take that. Tune In Sports says 2 or 3. Where does he fit best? Where does he best fit? The same thing. I think the 3. I think the 3 because if you put him at the 2, I mean, the thing is, I want Kelly Oubre to be the 2 because if he's at the 2, that means he could be your point of attack defender. At 34 years old, Paul George cannot be that. You can't expect him to guard some of these. Now, I'm not saying that if he plays the 3, he doesn't have to guard some of these guys. But, I mean, in terms of a point of attack defender, if the Sixers are going to deploy a box and 1 or a diamond and 1, Your point of attack defender is gonna have to be Kelly Oubre. Paul, he's he can't be your point of attack defender. Or if you're gonna play a triangle and two type, hybrid type zone, you need like point of attack defenders. So me personally, I would prefer him at the three. I want him at the three. I want him to play the power. I mean, bro, I don't want to see a 6'9", 6'8" shooting guard. Even though he's played shooting guard for most of his career. I mean, even with the Clippers, he was playing the shooting guard position. Only last season where he switched to the small forward, where Kawhi Leonard was playing the power forward position. And yeah, shout out to Kawhi. I saw this picture of him in Costa Rica. Yeah, shout out to him. He's 33 years old. Yeah, shout out to him. Shout out to the Claw. But yeah, so far the Sixers have a B plus in free agency. I'm gonna give him a B plus. Now, Daryl Morey, like I said, he stepped up to his legacy was on the line, and he stepped up. Now he's done his part. It's up to the players that he signed. It's up to them to go to the basketball court and make it happen. It's up to Nick Nurse. It's up to this dude right here, my coach, to, design a good offensive system that's going to let Paul, Joe, and Tyrese both successful. All of them successful. Now, with the acquisition of Paul George, that means Embiid and Maxey, y'all gonna have to sacrifice. Now, what I mean by that is Embiid, you're not gonna average 35 with Paul on the team. Maxey, you might not average 26 points with Paul on the team. I'm not saying that you can't, but you might not, because when you have all these guys on the team, you have to sacrifice. You have to sacrifice. Please don't push the agenda. He's the best shooting guard because he's not. I mean, I never said he was the best shooting guard. Bro, I'm not. I rank players based off of production. And his production doesn't, tell me he's the best shooting guard. So I don't rank based on talent. Now, I know that's what BJ does. I mean, he ranks who's the better all-around player, which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. But me personally, I like to go by production, your impact, and how many games you play. That's me. So, Humble says, DFJ, y'all got to trade Jeremy. Bro, yeah. Bro, trust me. I don't want you to put me in that trap, bro. I'm going to get to him in a second. So, hold on for a minute, bro. No, hold on for a minute. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say Paul is the best shooting guard in the league. I mean, has he ever been the best shooting guard in the league? I don't think so. He never has, in my opinion. He never had. He was never the best shooting guard in the league. I mean, in the 2010s, I mean, we all know Harden was the best shooting guard, and then you come in the 2020s. Devin Booker has an argument. I mean, Paul George definitely has an argument. He definitely has an argument in the 2020s decade. I mean, yeah, you could even say that he's the best shooting guard, but I mean, up until like the last 2 seasons, he hasn't been the best shooting guard. So yeah. But bro, you gotta listen. Tuna Sports. Anthony Edwards is better than Donovan Mitchell, and I'll tell you why. Donovan Mitchell, literally, he had what Anthony Edwards had last season. Donovan Mitchell had that 3 years ago. And Donovan Mitchell got bounced in the second round by this guy right here. Now, what do I mean by he had the same thing? So Donovan Mitchell had a defensive. Now, you've heard me say this multiple times. I'll say it again. Donovan Mitchell had a defensive player of the year, Rudy Gobert. Anthony Edwards had the same thing. Mitchell had an all-star. Mike Conley was an all-star. Ant-Man had the same thing in Karl Anthony Towns. And they both had the same. Not the same, but they both had the 6th man of the year on their team. Naz Reid and Jordan Clarkson. And Donovan Mitchell got bounced in round 1. So because of that, I would say that Anthony Edwards is the best shooting guard in the league. I know you're gonna get pissed, but I'm just stating facts. Donovan Mitchell quit on his team, and after quitting on his team, he got his head coach fired. So I haven't seen Anthony Edwards quit on his team and fire his coach. So all of this is why I'm putting Anthony Edwards over Donovan Michael Mitchell. I don't know if Michael is his name. He gonna go crazy a different way. Nobody better than Mitch, bro. Tuna Sports. You gotta stop. At some point, we gotta use playoff success to judge these players. That's the same standard y'all hold Embiid to. So why are you not trying to keep the same energy from Mitchell? You being inconsistent, bro. At some point, we gotta use playoff success to judge these players because you use that same standard to judge Embiid. So that's why you put Jokic over Embiid. So by that same logic, we got to put Anthony Edwards over Donovan Mitchell. Anthony Edwards just got his feet. Okay, but he got to the conference finals though. Mitchell never did. So yeah. But yeah, I'm giving the Sixers a B plus so far. Now they're not done making moves. They're definitely going to make more moves. I believe they're definitely going to make more moves. And I mean, free agency players are still getting signed. Contracts are being negotiated as we speak. So, yeah, there's definitely more. There's definitely more moves to come, and we're definitely going to break everything down on this channel. Now, I'm here now. I missed the whole of last week because of something happened, which was unfortunate. But I'm here now. So now let's get to the last thing before I get up over here. So I mean, in the comment section, you're telling me to address it now. At the NBA Draft 2024, the Sixers had the 16th pick. That's their first pick since 2022, because in 2023 the Sixers had literally no draft picks because they got punished. They got punished for the PJ Tucker signing because, according to the NBA, there was some tampering that happened with it. So they punished the 76ers, and as a result, the Sixers had to forfeit their picks in the 2023 NBA draft. So the Sixers had no picks. Now, in this year's draft, I mean, usually I don't really know these players because I don't really watch college basketball, which I think I should, because a lot of these, in terms of X's and O's, like a lot of these concepts, like offensive concepts and things like that, they usually start in college, but they get to the NBA level, and the NBA personnel, like, they take it to a whole nother level. So I think if you really want to learn like X's and O's of basketball, like, you should definitely pay attention to college basketball. Offense, defense, like, yeah, that's where the building block starts at college. So next season I'm gonna definitely get into college basketball. Definitely. But at the 2024 NBA draft, the Sixers had 2 picks. And with those 2 picks, the Sixers, that they had the 16th pick. And with the 16th pick, they picked Duke guard Jared McCain. Now, me personally, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I didn't really know Jared McCain. Like, I knew of him, but I didn't know him because of his basketball game. I knew of him because of what he does off the court. His TikTok dances and his nail painting, right? That's how I knew of him. I don't know his game. I don't know what his game looks like. Now, according to his draft report, he's a sharpshooter. Like, he can shoot the 3. In college, I think he averaged like 14 points, and he shot, I think, 41% from the I was about to say from the free throw line, but he averaged 14 points. Let me pull this off right here. Pull this up right here. So yeah, so In 36 games, he was a freshman, and that's pretty impressive though. Let's be honest. He averaged as a freshman, he averaged 14 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists, shooting 46% from the field, 41% from the three, and 89% from the free throw line. So that's pretty solid for a freshman, in my opinion, and especially playing for Duke. Like that's definitely solid. Now he's only 6'2". He's only 6'2", so he's undersized, and he's not really known for his defense. I don't know if he's. I don't think he's a defender because he's not. In his draft report, there was nothing said about his defense. He's more of a sharpshooter. He's more of a scorer than he is as a defender. So the Sixers picked him up with the 16th pick in the 2024 NBA draft, and also the Sixers in the second round, the Sixers picked up. I forgot his. I got his name right here. They picked up Adam Bonner. Now Adam Bonner. I hope I'm saying it right. He had like a similar story to Joel Embiid because he was born in Nigeria, and then at 12 or 13 years old, he moved to Turkey, and that's where he started playing basketball. So the Sixers now have 4 centers now. I mean, Embiid, Drummond, this dude Bonner right here, and obviously Paul Reed. So I mean, he like I said, he has the same kind of like story with Embiid. I mean, both African natives, they go overseas and they start playing basketball and they're in the NBA. So I definitely think he's gonna take Embiid Embiid is gonna take him under his wing. I mean, Embiid is a veteran player, so those are the 2 picks that the Sixers made in the draft. So the 41st pick, Bono was drafted, and that at the 16th pick, the Sixers picked up this point guard right here, Jared McCain. Now, my thoughts on on his draft choice. Me personally, like I said, I don't really focus on college basketball, so I don't really get to judge players. I personally don't care about college because you're good in college does not mean it's going to necessarily translate to the NBA. And with him shooting 41% from the 3-point line in college, bro, the NBA 3-point line is on a whole nother level. It's a it's a different ball game. It's not college. Even the G League 3-point line is not the same as the NBA. And I was at the G League 3-point line. I'm like, damn, this shit far as hell. Now I definitely could make some corner threes. Like, come on, yeah, I could make some corner threes, but I'm not gonna jack up a lot of corner threes. I like shooting threes above the break. I don't like corner threes. But so yeah, will his play style from college translate to the NBA? I don't know. And me personally, I don't like his, doing the TikTok dances. I mean, bro, I'm really into basketball. Even though I don't care what he does in his personal life, I'm focused on basketball. I care about the basketball part. Now, if you're winning games, if you win a championship, you can do whatever you want to do on TikTok. That's your personal life. I mean, he's a kid anyway. I mean, he probably about 18, 19. He a young bull. So, with the nail painting, I mean, some Sixer fans were against it, but I mean, Kelly Oubre paints his nails. I didn't hear anybody complain about Kelly Oubre painting his nails. Now, me personally, I wouldn't do it, but I don't think people should care about him wanting to paint his nails. That's his personal. That's his business. But I think me personally, I care about his play on the floor. That's all I care about. So, you can do whatever you can do whatever you want off the court, but on the court, I want to see some production. Now, there's rumors that the Sixers might add him to another player and trade him for a decent player, which it could be possible, but I don't think you can trade a player after drafting him. You got to wait like 30 days, or there's a certain amount of days that you got to wait before you can trade a player like that. I mean, Tuna Sports can help me with that because they drafted 10 years ago. They drafted Andrew Wiggins and they traded him. Now, I mean, it was 10 years ago, so probably the rules are a little bit different now. But I think you got to wait a certain amount of time before you can trade him away. So, do I think the Sixers are going to keep him? I don't know, but if the Sixers can definitely upgrade by getting a solid player who can not only shoot the ball but can also give you other things on the floor like playing defense, rebounding, and etc. I'm gonna definitely make that move. Definitely. Donovan never lost to an old LeBron in the play-in and had a stinker. Who you, oh, you talking about Anthony Edwards. Um an old LeBron. I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, you trust me, Donovan Mitchell would have lost to the Lakers too in the play-in. The Lakers are undefeated in the play-in, so Donovan Mitchell would have lost to him as well. So yeah. Give Spider that Wolves team. He's in the finals. Bro, he had the Jazz team and he lost in the second round. Bro, stop it. And that the Minnesota Timberwolves were not a good offensive team. They won mostly on with defense. They were a better defensive team than they were offensively. So, and Donovan Mitchell in Utah had a top 5 offensive team and a top 5 defensive team, bro. And he lost in the second round. So stop it. Y'all should have drafted this, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I don't even know who that is, bro. Bro. Even the guy who went first round. I mean, who went first round? The guy who was the first overall pick, bro. I didn't even know of him. I didn't even hear his name until the draft. After he got drafted, I saw it on Instagram. I'm like, yo, who's this? Because I thought I was talking to Thomas. He's a Hawks fan, and Thomas was telling me that they gonna draft Alex Sarr. So I was thinking they gonna draft Sarr. I don't even know where this dude came from. So, I know people are gonna call me a casual, but I mean, I only focus on the NBA. So yeah, TikToks. Yeah, he be doing dances on TikTok. I mean, come on, bro. He's a clown, bro. Yeah, Mo Bamba, yeah, it's over with. Mo Bamba is definitely gone. He's gone. I don't think they bringing him back. Y'all better pick up Ben Simmons and make another burst. Man, trust me, Ben Simmons is gonna get another. I mean, we saw the workout videos in the summer, and Tuna Sports, you had that video and you posted that cycle. The summertime, we see him off-season videos, training, working on his jumper, working on his body and stuff like that. The season starts, you'll have an imaginary injury, and then you're gonna be out for the rest of the season. So I've seen that 2 straight years in a row. So that's definitely gonna happen again. Said Jeremy can't look like yeah. I mean, he thinks this is college. This ain't college, bro. Like this a pro. So all that dancing, all that fooling around, like, bro, you're gonna have to cut it out. But I mean, I get it. I mean, it's everybody's dream to get drafted to the NBA. Like it's everybody. It's all our dreams to hear our names get called at the NBA draft. Like, trust me, it is. But like, come on, you've been in Philly only 2 days and you making TikToks and you're like, come on, bro. Bro, we don't do that clown shit over here, bro. I'm gonna be honest. We in a different generation of basketball. That's what these players is doing more and more. Yeah, that's right. And I mean, he was born in 2004, so that shows you how young he is. So, but I mean, he's 20. So I mean, yeah, you're 20. And, I mean, yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess, bro. A better player than McCain. Yeah, I'm not saying trade McCain for a better player, but I mean, like they saying, we could possibly trade Paul Reed. So Paul Reed, McCain, and the pick for a better player, yeah, that could definitely work. because he's the 16th pick. And let's not sit here and act like 16th picks are trash, because we've seen some picks, some 16 draft picks that went to the Hall of Fame. So yeah. Two, no man who paints his nails. Yeah. Hey, hey, Hubble. Hey, no comment, bro. No comment. He said all love, DFJ. Yeah, bro. I appreciate you for being here, bro. Well, to be fair, Dennis Rodman, but he was a beast. I mean, yeah, Dennis Rodman stepped on the court and he gave you 16, 17 rebounds. So, I mean, I'm hearing that his rebound numbers were also inflated. I mean, I know y'all heard Mike's numbers, Mike's steals and blocks had been inflated. So, I heard the same thing with Dennis Rodman. I mean, I'm not so sure, but that's a rumor. That Silva is a better player than McCain, who plays both ends of the floor, and he's 6'9", who can shoot. Yeah, then I gotta go look him up. Bro, like I said, I don't even know these guys, bro. I know of it when they get drafted. I don't know. Now, obviously, I definitely heard of. I mean, Bronny because he's LeBron's son. I heard of Alex Sarr because of Thomas, and I think that's about it. Like this year's draft was not. It was not really full of guys. Like it was not a Zion Williamson draft. It was not Wemby's draft last year. So it's a lot of guys that people didn't even know of. I mean, I'm comparing this 2024 draft to the draft in 2000, where they literally had no Hall of Famers. I'm comparing it to. I don't care if it's a bad take or not. So, yeah, we not doing that. Wait, he said we not doing that. We not about to discredit the legends. It is what it is. Yeah, well, yeah, we not. But hold on for a minute, bro. Ain't you the same person that said that Wilt 100-point game was not true? But now we not going to disrespect legends. Yeah. Not star heavy, but you might find elites role players out of this draft. Oh yeah, absolutely. I believe so too. I mean, even in 2000, I mean, there were some elite role players. I mean, Kenyon Martin was he a role player because he was the first pick? But I mean, yeah, he was a role player in Denver and in New Jersey. I mean, Jamal Crawford, one of the best six man in NBA history, and a few other players that I'm forgetting. So yeah, I can definitely see like some quality role players. Now, people don't like the term quality role players, but I mean there are quality role players that exist, and Boston has it, New York has it. Um, yeah. So yeah, but Tuna Sports. I mean, who did y'all draft? Who did y'all pick? Because I didn't hear. I mean, oh yeah, you posted him on Instagram, and I was like, he's a bust, and you say he's a 19th or 20th pick or whatever. Yeah, I was just messing with you. But Jared McCain drafted to the Sixers. Hopefully, he does good. I mean, I'm not gonna wish him. I'm not gonna wish something terrible for him, but hopefully, he has a pretty good, solid career with the Sixers. I mean, he's on the team. I can't disrespect that. So yeah. Um, but the 41st pick, Adam Bonner. I mean, I don't really, like I said, I don't really know too much of this game, so I have to do a few. I got to do some research on them, analyze their games, and come up with a better assessment on their games. So I mean, Jared McCain, I'm gonna definitely check him out. Now I was on my guy Mitch Kovsky. Shout out to him. I was on his stream and he was telling me about Jared McCain. But yeah, he really wanted the Sixers to take him at 16. So he predicted it, so it was true for him. So, shout out to Mitch. He called it, and he broke down his game to me, but it was on a basic level. Like he didn't really go in depth because we didn't really have any film to analyze. So yeah. Jason Tyson. Who's Jason Tyson? You mean Jason Tatum? Oh, Jason Tyson is okay. Okay, I see what you mean. He's a better version of Okoro on offense, 6'6". Oh, okay, okay. But I mean, Isaac is he's a restricted free agent, so y'all got to make a decision whether y'all gonna let him walk or y'all gonna bring him back. Or I mean, if he signs an offer sheet and y'all don't match it, he can walk for free. So I mean, if he signs an offer sheet with another team, do you match it if you're the general manager? Oh, Jay. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Yeah, I gotta go check out these guys, bro. Man, I play too much, man. I know I play too much. Say, yo, DFJ, do you think PG can lock? No, heck no. No, he can't. No, he can't, bro. And I mean, listen, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Paul, he gets away with his reputation. He gets by with his reputation. I mean, people say he was locking up LeBron. No, he wasn't. I mean, it was a team effort. Lance Stevenson was guarding him on certain possessions. Mahimi was guarding him on certain possessions, so it was not fully Paul George. Now, obviously, in a game of basketball, you don't guard one player the whole game, especially if you're one of the top contributors on the team. But at age 34, no, Paul is not locking up no Tatum in the playoffs. No, it's not happening. That's why I'm looking for the Sixers to draft a quality, not draft, but sign or trade for a quality power forward, like an Aaron Gordon type power forward that could, guard, 1 through 4, 1 through 5 if necessary, and who could potentially guard Jason Tatum if we have to face the Boston Celtics in the playoffs. I want to face the Boston Celtics in the playoffs. I want to face them. We haven't beaten them in like 42 years. So I definitely want to face them in the playoffs. And I want to beat them. So we definitely need to get, a quality power forward. Now, that's why I wanted OG Anunoby. And, shout out to Thomas Talented for telling me that. I really wanted OG so bad. But, I mean, he got the same contract that we gave PG. So, but I mean, maybe he just wanted to return to New York but I mean, you're going to get the taxes in New York that's too much, though. So, Cavs playing the game. They're going to see if a team offers something. Oh, okay, okay. Now, but I was asking you, like, if you're the GM, if he signs with another team, I mean, it's going to depend on what type of deal. Because if he signs like a 2-year, like a $5 million, you probably let him walk. But if he signs I mean, hypothetically, if he gets a max contract, you're not gonna want to match it though, because I mean, you don't want to pay Isaac like max money. Like it's not something that any GM wants to do. But I mean, I don't know. Do you let him walk? Do you bring him back, or I mean, is he gonna get better? And just because it's no proof of Wilt's 100-point game doesn't mean he's not great. Still respected. Bro, it happened. Stop. I don't want to hear it. We not doing that rumors. Bro, it happened. I went to Hershey and they told me it happened. So nothing you say, you in Jersey. So nothing you say is gonna make me believe it, bro. Hey, my grandfather said it happened, bro. He was 18 when that game happened, so that's all I can go off of. Wilt's apology. Yeah. I mean, Wilt's the GOAT, in my opinion, so I mean, he's a GOAT in my opinion. So you can call me apologist, whatever. Like same way you were LeBron and Bronny apologist. The same thing, bro. So yeah. But yeah, that's all I have on the Sixers so far. Free agency 2024. They've made some solid moves so far. They lost a few players. They signed a few players as well. They lost Tobias Harris. Just to recap, they lost Tobias Harris. He signed with the Pistons, so good luck to him. And Nico's not returning. I don't know what happened because after the Sixers got eliminated, Embiid was saying that Nico was going to return to the Sixers, but I don't know what happened with that process. So, uh, good luck to Nico wherever he goes. If he's retiring or if he's gonna go play for another team, good luck to him. Well, good luck to him. So the Sixers have lost 3 players so far. So Nico, Tobias, and DeAnthony Melton, who just signed a deal with the Golden State Warriors. So good luck to them. Oh, so I just got a notification. It says Nico is going back to the Clippers. So he's returning to the Clippers again, probably on a team friendly deal. So all right, so yeah, good luck to Nico. I didn't know he I don't know I didn't know he liked the Clippers that much. Bro, Nico just signed with the Clippers, so he's going to the Clippers. Nico, come to the Cavs and get a ring. It's too late now, bro. It is too late right now. He said, never mind. Yeah, I don't know. Like the LA lifestyle that much, bro. Come on, man. Or maybe it was probably the Sixers probably didn't want to offer him the deal that he was looking for. I don't know what the Clippers offered him, but I have to go look that up. But yeah, yeah. Good luck to Nico. So the Sixers have lost 3 players so far. So we'll see the next additions that the 76ers can make. And we'll be covering that. We'll be covering every single one of those moves on this channel right here. He should stay in Philly and ring chase. I mean, he went to the Clippers. I mean, the Clippers are not championship contenders, so I don't know. He probably went there for the money. Harden and PG traded places literally. Yeah, you could definitely say that. Yeah. But how do y'all think Harden is going to feel? Because the Sixers were not willing to give him that contract, but they turn around and give that contract to Paul. I mean, if I'm Harden, I'm a. And then Harden turned around and signed a 2-year $70 million deal with the Clippers. So yeah, shout out to Harden. And they're looking to trade Russell Westbrook. So I don't know how that's gonna go. But dang, I can't believe Nico went to the Clippers. I thought he was gonna retire. Like dead ass. I thought he was gonna retire. Nicholas Batum has reportedly decided to start next season in the same spot he began the last one. The 35-year-old has agreed on a 2-year 9. Oh, so they offered him 2 years, 9.6. Okay. All right. Wow. I can't believe it though. But I mean, yeah, it's fine because the Sixers, I mean, they're a veteran team anyway. So Wilt's the GOAT. You crazy, bro? Wilt's the GOAT. I got Wilt, Mike, LeBron, Kareem, Kobe, Duncan, Bird, Magic Johnson, Hakeem Olajuwon, and Shaq. That's my top 10. That's my top 10. PG still value as a 2-way. He still is, but I think he gets by defensively off of reputation. I don't think he's the same defender he once was. Now he averaged 1.5 steals last season, but I mean, in terms of like on ball defense, on ball defense, he's not locking up. He's not doing that. He could do it from time to time, but he can't do it consistently. I don't think he can do it consistently. So, yeah, Paul, congratulations, bro. I mean, it's always great to see your favorite players play for your favorite team, But at 34, I just man, damn, it's just difficult, man. It's too difficult for me. But shout out to the Sixers. Shout out to the players. Nico, you're a betrayer, bro. You're a traitor. We wanted you back in Philly, bro. But he still brings offense and defense to the table. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said, he can create his own shot in the half court. So he's a shot creator himself. He can create for others. He can spread the floor. Like I said, he shot 41% from the three last year. So he's still a high level offensive player. Like we're not going to take that away from him. But the offense, the production, it plummets in the playoffs. That's what I'm concerned about, and that's what I think not every, but a lot of Sixer fans are concerned with. The production plummeting in the playoffs. That's what we all care about. If he can maintain his level of play in the playoff, now all that Joel Embiid is a playoff dropper. Now all that goes in the garbage can because he led the playoffs in scoring. So all of that goes out the window. But Paul George, I mean, it's a new era in Philly, so we'll have to see. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna end this right here. Been on for an hour and 40 minutes. I didn't think I was gonna be on that long, but yeah, there was a lot to talk about. There was a lot to unpack. A lot of things to react to, a lot of things to break down. The Andre Drummond signing, Eric Gordon, Kelly Oubre, Maxey's extension, Paul George. Do you have this? Yeah, I mean, I didn't say Tobias was better than him. I never said that. I never said Tobias was better than him. Yeah, obviously Paul George is better than Tobias Harris, but with Paul on this team, I don't think he averages 23 points next season. I mean, he could, but I don't think so because if he's going to be a third option, he's probably averaging 18 or 19 points per game. So, yeah, but he's absolutely better than Tobias. I mean, bro, come on. Bro, I'm not about to have this conversation. He does everything better than Tobias. Scores better, plays defense better, better free throw shooter, better 3-point shooter, better passer, better facilitator, better distributor, better everything. Better rebound. I mean, Tobias, I'll give the rebound and the edge to Tobias. But yeah, I mean, that's why I said getting Paul George was definitely an upgrade from Tobias Harris. I said that. Bro, you're not gonna get me to say that Tobias is better than Paul. Like, nah, we're not doing that, bro. I see what you're trying to do there, bro. But nah, that's not gonna work, bro. That ain't gonna work. But yeah, I appreciate each and every person that joined this live. Hopefully the Sixers make moves so we can break that down as well tomorrow because we have a lot of time to break everything down, unpack, react to team construction, react to the future players that the Sixers signed. So appreciate everybody that joined on this live. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Shout out to Tuna Sports. Shout out to Tuna Sports One. Y'all can go sub to his channel, Cleveland Cavaliers content creator. And shout out to my guy, Humble Man 420. Appreciate you for tapping in. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.